These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. You know what's really terrifying? That unfinished college degree lurking in the background, just sitting there, waiting for you. That's where Southern New Hampshire University comes in. With flexible online degree programs, there's no commuting, no rigid schedule, and no more excuses. Plus, they have some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to learn more before your degree becomes just another story about what could have been. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Get like the most excited you've ever been in your entire lives, okay? So that they know it's time for them to come out. All right, guys? 1, 2, 3.
Nifty for anybody who volunteers to do it. We're not going to tell you what it is is yet. Let's tell you when we do it.
Yeah, you'll find out. It's good.
But yeah.
You'll love it anyway.
Yeah, you'll love it. So I think, without further ado,
Let's get it.
we're going to get it.
Did anybody come to the first live show?
Hey!
Oh, we're doing the same cases.
We're totally kidding. We're not doing this.
Just kidding.
We just wanted to piss you off real quick.
They're like, fuck that, we're leaving.
And also, well, you probably heard this at the first live show, but I feel like it's pretty relevant now. I just have a really quick little story about how dumb I am. In high school, I was auditioning for a play, and I had to respond to the person who was saying to me something like, "Injustice will be done," and my line was supposed to say, "Amen," but I read it, ahem. And I said it like vigorously, like I was like, ahem. So I feel like tonight will go better than that. So that's what I'm hanging on to right now.
I mean, it went better last time. It's gonna go great this
It
time.
went better last time. I'm gonna move this over.
Say
I
hi.
did it. We're okay. Okay. So my case tonight is one some of you might know, Leopold and Loeb. Because I said this to a couple of people, and I'm like, you'll know it. It's Leopold and Loeb. And they're like, no, I don't know what the fuck that is.
She texted it to me, and I was like, yeah, I know what that is.
Also, my hand's shaking, so just So, Leopold and Loeb, we're going to start off. This is we decided to do like Roaring 20s murders because they're fun murders, you know. And so, this was in 1924. I'm going to start you off with two quotes from the defense attorney and from the prosecution, just so you get a little idea of what this is going to be like. So, the prosecution said for this murder, quote, "This cruel and vicious murder, this gruesome crime, this atrocious murder, the most cruel, cowardly, dastardly murder ever committed in the annals of American jurisprudence."
Damn.
It's a little gnarly. And the defense attorney about this said, "Everyone knows that this was a most unfortunate homicide."
They typically are.
It wasn't one of those fortunate homicides. This is pretty unfortunate.
Bummer.
That it is the cruelest, the worst, the most atrocious ever committed in the United States is pure imagination without a vestige of truth. A death in any situation is horrible, but when it comes to the question of murder, it is doubly horrible. But there are degrees of atrocity, and as I say, instead of this being one of the worst, it is perhaps one of the least painful. Which is like, whoa, defense attorney. I don't know if you can speak to that. I feel like maybe the victim should speak to that, but okay. So, we're going to start off with this guy right here. Nathan Freudenthal Leopold, Jr. was born on November 19th, 1904, to Florence and Nathan Sr. in Chicago, Illinois.
It's quite a unibrow.
Yeah, he's
Sweetie.
he could use Jonathan Van Ness to help him.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, he could. He was the youngest of three boys with brothers Michael and Samuel. His parents were Jewish immigrants from Germany, and he was from a lot of wealth. His father's half of the family was highly successful in the freight and shipping business, and his mother's I'm breaking, it's okay. Killing it. His mother's side had a bunch of successful bankers, because you know finance, money, always. His father, in fact, was one of the wealthiest businessmen in Chicago at the time, and his family was super prominent, super well-respected, so you know it's all going to go to shit. He was incredibly smart from a young age. And please ignore my hands shaking, they shake anyways.
Mine are too wicked
But
bad.
I'm nervous. So he was super smart from a young age. Of course, being so brilliant can be tough because it usually doesn't come with the whole social aspect of things. All us brilliant people know that, right? Yeah. So he had some tough time making friends. And this was also due to the fact that he was brilliant, but also the fact that he knew he was brilliant. And he thought this made him, like, superior to everybody else, so he kind of acted that way. Unfortunately, you can know every single one of the first trillion digits of pi, but if you can't flip a cup or, like, chug a beer funnel. Oh, I can do that. I mean, what's going to happen? Nothing. You're not going to get it. So he was also, as if that wasn't like insufferable enough, he was also just a super dick about how rich he was, even though it's like, your parents are rich dick. You didn't do it.
Not you.
You're like 15 right now. I'm unimpressed. So unfortunately for Nathan, he was pretty ruthlessly bullied, which I'm never cool with. Bullies are just universally giant bags of shit. So, just always. I think I can make that blanket statement without offending anybody. Unless there's a bully on here. Yeah.
Someone's like real offended right now.
It's like shit.
It was a different time.
It was a different you've learned.
Ways.
So basically he was targeted for all the above reasons, and also because he was small, he was shy, he didn't really like any sports, and he also had like a governess that would like bring him to school, pick him up, so people were like, you're weird.
I want that.
Right? I think that's awesome.
I'm mad at that.
The governess name was Matilda Sweetie Wants. You know. And she basically took over as a mother of the house when Florence, the mother, went bedridden. They adored her, and she was apparently very, like, outrageous for the Roaring 20s. And in a second, you're going to find out she really was outrageous. Like, that was an accurate description. It wasn't just like, oh my God, she's wearing pants. How outrageous. She was exactly what you needed out of a replacement mom for like, part of the time. Except that there was also this part where she started sleeping with his 17-year-old brother and him when he was 12.
That's outrageous.
Truly outrageous.
Yeah.
Truly outrageous. I would say so. Yes. Someone got gemmed from that. I say that all the time and no one gets it. I'm always like, that's truly outrageous. And everyone's like, yeah, it is. So he's way too smart for his age. He's got a superiority complex stemming from his parents being wealthier than digits can comprehend at this point. And he has a fucking governess because he's wealthy. And his parents don't want to actually raise him themselves. And the governess is sexually abusing him. So, I mean, he's also small, he's shy, he's a boy in the 20s who hates 1920s gender-normative boy things like sports.
Really, what did anybody expect?
Yeah, it's like, poor kid really didn't have a lot of options. He was kind of made for bullies to pick on.
Oh.
But don't feel bad for him long. He's a dick.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy. Like, at first I was like, oh, Nathan. Then I read the rest and I was like, oh, fuck you, Nathan. That's fine. Pick on that kid. Now, normally there would be someone to turn to give a kid encouragement. They could go to someone and be like, I'm being bullied. But his brothers really didn't give a shit. They were like, suck it up, buttercup. And then his dad was off being a successful businessman. His mom had apparently become bedridden with some like weird illness when she was pregnant with him. So he was just kind of on his own. So he was alone a lot. But we don't give a fuck, remember that. One of his classmates was quoted as saying, Nathan was very egocentric. Practically all the time I was with him, in ordinary social conversation, he attempted by any sort of ruse possible to monopolize the conversation. It didn't make any difference what was being said or what was being talked about. He always attempted to get the conversation revolving around him, so he could do most of the talking. He thought his mentality was a great deal superior to any ordinary person. Dick. So he took this is also kind of funny, he took like a very intense interest in ornithology, which I was like,
Excuse me, what?
sounds fancy. It's the study of birds. Like, I don't know. He was a bird person, so that's like being any kind of like blah person. Like, I feel like you should just like, you don't want to transition from being like just a person to like that person. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. But just the fact that he was into birds made me like, ooh, like I got the willies. So I was like, ooh, I don't like that. I don't know what it is.
Sorry if you're into birds.
Yeah. I think this is my husband's fault. He fucking hates birds and I think he's rubbed it on to me.
I don't trust bird people.
See, he's back there, he's like shivering. He's like, ooh, birds. So the summer before entering the University of Chicago, however, he met a hot older guy by the name of Richard Loeb.
Ooh.
Hot is like, I mean, he thought he was hot.
You have really high standards.
I do.
Wait till we get to
Just
my
look at
face.
John back there.
He's backing away.
That's Loeb.
Oh,
So,
yeah. No.
I mean,
It does nothing for me.
he has good cheekbones, but like, fix your fucking tie. What's that?
Is that a hard part? Or is that just a glare?
I think that's just like slipped.
He's very like, I want one hair to be sticking up because I'm getting an alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
vibe. Yeah.
Yes.
We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, not into that.
He's not like alfalfa though.
This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. I happen to be somebody that struggles with people pleasing. So a lot of times I will build things up and up and up and up and up and then kind of get to the point where I'm like, I need to let this out to this person. Even in 2026, that stigma and just stigma in general can get in the way of a lot of things, like getting support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking that first step yourself because you're busy. You're worried about what other people might think, or telling yourself that you should handle this all alone. But therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform, can be a space to slow down and talk through what's been building before it feels unmanageable. Just take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully qualified. Don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/morbid. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/morbid. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Richard Albert Loeb, Dick,
Another one.
was born on June 11th, 1905 in Chicago. He was one of the youngest of 4 boys born into a super wealthy family. That's how these two met. They were like, you're rich, I'm rich, we're dicks, cool. His father, Albert Loeb, was a lawyer who became vice president of Sears, Roebuck and Company. Richard was like Nathan in the sense that he was a young prodigy too. He was like super smart, like way too smart for his age. He also had a governess as well. His governess did not sexually abuse him, so like points to her. She just read him stories and like made him study and like was an all-around mom to him. She didn't do anything wrong, but there is something that can make Loeb a little relatable. He was super into true crime.
Hey.
He was like, all right, Loeb, all right.
I don't want to make him one of us.
I was just gonna say, like, continue hating him though, because he's the worst. But like for a moment, I was like, all right. Then I was like, no, okay.
I feel like he's gonna be like too into true crime.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You
I had a
nailed it.
feeling.
You nailed it. You're on this. You know this case.
I actually don't.
So he loved like detective novels, crime stories, and he takes that way too far later. He was also the opposite of Leopold because he was outgoing, he was popular. Somehow he got both sides of the equation because he was like super popular, super cool, and also super brilliant. So
You want to know why? He's a Gemini.
Oh, he probably is he?
No, he is.
Oh
He
shit!
said June 11th.
You always know.
I
that.
mean, that's Gemini.
Shit. You always are like, that bitch is a Gemini.
I told Debbie in the closet over there. I was
You
like,
did?
you know.
He's a
I
Gemini.
know a Gemini.
You do. You always know a Gemini.
I can always
see
spot
one.
Woo! Thank you.
He was the treasurer of his class. He was seemingly an all-around charismatic individual. Unfortunately, he was also kind of sheltered because his governess was really obsessed with getting him to just study, get good grades, be this amazing person. So she kind of kept him in. He didn't really get a normal childhood. He couldn't talk to about this with his parents because, like Leopold, they weren't really concerned with actually raising him. That's why they got a governess. They were like, yeah, you do that. He was only 14 years old when he started classes at the University of Chicago. Which,
Damn.
That's young.
Excuse me.
That's like a baby.
I barely did freshman year when I was like supposed to.
Yeah, that's like
Shit.
That's a lot. And it was in October of 1919.
Oops. Party foul.
Heyo.
Get lively in here.
Crazy 1920s. Beatles, woo! Everybody's in Prohibition.
You guys are on brand.
We're bootlegging in here, let's do it. He didn't do great at the University of Chicago. He didn't do like awful, but he didn't do great. Because he was just fucking too young to be in college. But his governess kind of forced him to achieve it. She ended up leaving the family at 1920 when he was 15 because his parents were like, oh, he's all done growing, you can leave now. Like
at 15?
Yeah, they were like, he's fine. He's fully covered.
He's an adult.
We don't need to raise him anymore.
He can drive.
Yeah, he could have used a little more cooking, I think. He said that this really affected him because she was a real tough lady, but he relied on her for a lot because she was basically like a surrogate mother. So he said, quote, when she left, I sort of broke loose. And that is like the fucking understatement of the century. When you find out what this fucker did.
Oh no.
It's like, I just kind of broke loose a little. It's like, dude, just wait.
I'm really nervous.
Loose.
What did you do?
He did so much. So much.
He looks like he harbors something.
Yeah. In that chin. He harbors it in the chin. That's where it's all. His chin's so big because it's holding so many secrets.
Your hair's so big because it's full of secrets.
It's full of secrets. So when he met Nathan Leopold in the summer before Nathan entered the University of Chicago at 15 years old, so they were both like way too young to be in college, he was already kind of in a bad state because his governess left.
It's the worst when that happens.
You know how it is. Your governess leaves, you're like, it put me in a bad place.
First world problems.
But he was 6 months younger than Nathan, but he acted like he was like this older, cool guy because he had already been to college, and he was like, oh, I know the ropes, I'll teach you. When they entered school in October 1920, Loeb was not really giving a shit about academics and really just wanted to join a frat. That was his shit. Even in 1920, he's like, I want to be a frat dude.
He seems like a frat dude.
I was going to say he was.
No offense to any frat dudes.
No, we love you. We love you. I swear.
Don't make me funnel a beer.
No, please don't. He was slowly slipping into rebellion now, this guy. And it was basically because of the governance piece. Isn't it funny that once the hired nanny is gone, his parents were so unaffected that he literally like lost his shit. Like his parents he was like, that was it. No one could help me.
I had nobody anymore.
That was it. My nanny left and I just decided to murder people.
I was as good as an orphan.
Leopold, however, buckled down and wanted to graduate as quickly as possible because he really didn't like school because he got bullied. So he's like, let's get the fuck out of here with my degree. So he got tons of good grades. He spent a lot of his time studying. Leopold eventually, the other one with the unibrow, Leopold fell head over heels in love with Loeb.
But why?
Who can blame him? Me. With that deep heart, I mean...
That chin, though.
Yeah. That chin, though.
The crimson chin.
Yeah. I will say, he has like a little bit of cheekbones going on, though. Like, they're in there.
I feel like he's suave for the 20s.
Something's happened. This sun's happening.
Yeah, we shouldn't shit
Yeah,
over him.
I won't shit on. I mean, yeah, we should.
Yet.
Yeah, we will.
We're getting there.
Together, they started doing shitty things together because, you know, they're shitty. They started cheating at card games with their friends just for the thrill of cheating their friends out of fucking money.
That's
Friends.
weird.
Just friend things. Next, Loeb started drinking a ton, and he would make Leopold drive him to a street near campus where he would run out of the car with a brick and smash all the parked cars' windows while Leopold just like hung out in the getaway car like,
What? What a
it
party
was like,
game.
what a time. Yeah, so fun. When Loeb realized that his key to his mother's car, which was a Milburn electric car, would fit all the cars of the same make, he started stealing cars like that because he stole her key and made a copy of it. So he would just steal cars and then just like leave them places.
That was like pretty like thrifty for him at that time.
Well, now they're fucking rich. It's like, dude, you guys are rich. Just go spend your money. Like, why are you doing this shit?
That's what I would do if I was rich.
I mean,
Just go spend my damn money.
yeah, just go spend your money.
Be like, let's go to the plaza.
Like, what are you doing? He was obviously going through something, and the thrill of being an absolute shit flower was somehow easing that pain that was inside of him. And he was just bringing Leopold with him.
Leopold. I feel like he's just like along for the ride.
He is, but then later, there's a moment where you're like, oh, you have a lot
I'll
inside
stop
of you as well.
interrupting.
Yeah, don't worry. Leopold
You're
is...
like, yeah, stop that.
No, go right ahead. But Leopold's he's gonna shock you.
Okay.
He comes out like with the like, woo, here I come.
In the 20s.
Yeah, when it happens, you're like, oh shit, that's dark. So he started upping the ante with his criminal acts, like each time. Like he needed, this was all about the thrill. This entire crime that they end up committing, just for the thrill, there was no other reason for it. Like that's how fucked up they are.
That's always a scary motive.
They're just bored rich kids, and they were like, I feel like we can do this and get away with it. So they started upping the ante. They started setting fires, smashing windows of storefronts. He was saying that these little acts were like sexually thrilling to him.
Never good.
Woof. And so whenever somebody's like, oh, when I like destroy property or set fire to things, I like start getting a boner. It's like, you know that shit is not gonna end well. Like there's a deep cut. There's gonna be more here. Like there's gonna be bad shit. Like this is BTK-ish right here.
That's what I'm saying.
This is BTK-ish right here. So it's gonna end up real bad. And right by his side this whole time was Leopold, just being like a little lackey, being like, I'll do anything to please you, love. Just like, girl. So this was all building and building, and Leopold was becoming more and more willing to do literally anything for Loeb. You can feel bad for like a second. And while Loeb was being more and more invested in his own narcissism, his constant need for thrills was creating fucking mayhem. They were just doing so much shit. Then in 1921, Loeb decided he wanted to transfer to the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. Like out of nowhere.
Was he leaving his mans?
He was leaving his mans.
Oh no.
Obviously, Leopold lost his fucking shit.
Knew it.
Because he was like, I can't live without you.
He's like, no mans.
So he did what anyone does in that situation. Leopold transferred to the University of Michigan for no fucking reason except to follow Loeb to the University of Michigan.
Never chase a boy.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Because this doesn't end well. This is a cautionary tale.
It always is.
And that fall, Leopold's mother, the unibrow, finally passed away from that mystery illness that she was bedridden from, so apparently it was real.
Oh, R.I.P. Mama.
Yeah, R.I.P. Florence, I think? Sure, Florence.
Whatever.
I can't
R.I.P. you,
remember.
girl.
He was devastated, like, that's sad. And he stayed back in Chicago for the whole thing, like the memorial and all that good stuff, or bad stuff. When he got back to school at the University of Michigan, he was like, hi, Loeb. Loeb was like, yeah, I'm good with being friends with you anymore. Like, out of nowhere, he was just like, nah, I'm over it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so,
I'm nervous.
yeah. And he was like, you know why? I'm pledging Zeta Beta Tau fraternity.
Come on.
And what happened was, this fine association told him, you can't be friends with Leopold because he's a suspected gay. And that's just not something we're cool with. So Loeb was like, okay, I'll just cut him out. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, Loeb. Also, a quick little side note, and I hope somebody understands this. Zeta Beta Tau keeps making me think of in Scream 2, which is arguably the best Scream. When Sarah Michelle Gellar is like, Omega Beta Zeta. Every time I hear it, I was like,
This is Cece.
Cece Cooper, Omega Beta Zeta. She's the Sober Sister. She was great in that. I'm glad other people knew that. I love that. I had a friend who only answered his phone as Omega Beta Zeta. It was awesome. So yeah, that's a little deep cut. And I really do think this is one of the best Screams.
It is.
Right, it is. Like Mikie, hello. Love Mikie. Timothy, like Olaf, elephant, whatever the fuck his last name is.
It's definitely elephant.
That's all we care about. His name's Timothy.
Timmy.
So now Leopold is devastated. Just simply devastated. And he tried to hang, but instead he just transfers back to the University of Chicago.
Oh,
I know.
that's really sad.
And that was in fall of 1922. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know what the next slide is. Oops. I went ahead.
But whatever. Is that a child?
There we go. There they are together.
Okay, they kind of look alike.
They do.
Yeah, they do. That's freaky.
And also, without his unibrow, like, he's all right.
He still has a unibrow.
No, I meant, like, take away the unibrow.
Oh, I was like, girl, it's there.
No, he forever had it.
Oh,
Frisky.
the 20s.
The 20s. So yeah. So what's crazy is once he got back to Chicago, he was so devastated, but he excelled so hard in school. Like, he was like, I'm going to put all my energy into school. And he was super psyched about birds again. Like, he was all about it. And so he even published 2 papers in scientific journals about birds.
What?
Yeah. I know. Right? Like, I'm a scientist. I don't fucking publish papers. This fucker does. Oh my God, shit. All right, but Leopold graduated with honors from the University of Chicago in March 1923. And he was planning to start law school at the University of Chicago Law School. Yeah. Not the same law school, but you're a lawyer. I was like, you go there? I was like, you didn't go there, but law school. You know law things.
You know lawyers.
Loeb graduated without honors, womp womp, from the University of Michigan in June 1923, and having earned whatever grades in undergrad, like just like merit grades, he decided to pursue graduate work in American constitutional history at, you guessed it, University of Chicago.
Because he's following his mans.
So Leopold and Loeb are back again.
Oh, girl.
It's not frisky. It's not good. They should have stayed apart. So in September 1923, they became friends again because Loeb was like, well, I'm not pledging that fraternity anymore, so we can be friends. And Leopold was like, cool. All right. And so Loeb also charmed Leopold's pants off, literally, because they started sleeping together. Get it.
But don't, though.
I mean, don't. So, like, for a minute, I was like, yeah, boys! And I was like, oh, no. This is a bad thing. Of course, Loeb still pretended outwardly to be a ladies' man. Like, he tried to be like Sebastian from Cruel Intentions and talk about, like, conquests and stuff.
Oh, Sebastian from Cruel Intentions,
yes,
sweetie.
Cruel Intentions.
Another Sarah Michelle Gellar movie. Girl.
SMG, sponsor our podcast.
Imagine. We get a call tomorrow.
Just you as a person, just sponsor us. And we'll just do a quick ad that's like, Sarah Michelle Gellar, she's neat, right? All right, back to the show. So this is when the 2 of them got back into committing relatively small crimes, again, for the thrill of it. And then they began to discuss how easy it would be for 2 brilliant, wealthy fuckheads like themselves to commit the perfect crime. Now, what is the perfect crime? Well, to Loeb, it was kidnapping a child, killing said child, and then getting the ransom, but not needing the ransom.
Because you're fucking rich.
Just doing it. Like, just for the hell of it.
That's not perfect.
Doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
No.
As a primer for this horrific idea, the 2 of them drove back to Ann Arbor with revolvers in their pockets, and they broke into Loeb's old fraternity house.
Why?
Yes, the Omega Beta Zeta shit. And they were planning to rob them. They were like, let's just try this out real quick. They stole $74 from the coat room, so like, yeah.
There's probably a lot back then.
I mean, sure.
That's a good amount.
Why not?
I mean, they're rich, so it doesn't matter.
And well, they stole some like odds and ends. They also stole a portable typewriter, which Leopold like almost like blew his load over. Like everything I read about, Leopold was like, this typewriter was portable. Okay. So like super awesome typewriter they got, like awesome. But again, it was just for the thrill of getting away with being shits. So Leopold was kind of pissed though, because he was starting to feel like he was just being the lackey to Loeb, which he was. So like, yeah. And he was like, you know what, we're not sleeping together enough for me to be doing this for you. Which, like, good for him. I mean, he's like, what am I getting here? If you're gonna drag me on all these fucking excursions, you better up this shit. So, Loeb was actually super annoyed by Leopold's, like, super obsessive, like, just admiration of him, which, like, come on. But he knew he was in too deep with this friendship, and, like, obviously Leopold knew way too much shit now that he has done. So he was like, you know what? He was like, okay, how about you keep committing crimes with me that will only escalate each time we do them, and will probably lead to a horrific murder that will forever be known, and we will be hated for it forever. We can sleep together 3 times every 2 months.
What? Like, schedule it? Like, Tuesday I'm free, how about you?
3 times every 2 months. That seems like a piss-poor offer to me.
I don't like that offer.
Like, negotiate. Go back to the drawing, like the board table, and be like, all right, no, this is my
4
offer.
times a month.
Yeah. But Leopold, yeah, come on. But Leopold was like, cool, that works for me. That's fine. All right, that's awesome.
He's a down-ass bitch.
I know, Leopold, I'm here for it.
Damn.
He is a down-ass bitch.
Down-ass bitch.
Down-ass bitch.
The original
down-ass bitch, Leopold. So literally, right after committing this stupid fucking frat house burglary that didn't even get them anything except for that, like, cream-worthy type of thing. Sorry.
I was just like,
That was so, like, real. That was so real. I'm getting very vivid, I'm sorry. I don't know what's come over me today. So they immediately start planning the perfect crime because Loeb was, like, fired up. He's like, let's do this. So they thought they would kidnap a child, like they had talked about, demand the ransom through some, like, but they wanted to do some, like, intricate method of getting the ransom. They didn't just want to be like, hey, give us, $10,000 and we'll give you your kid back. They were like, no, we're going to put it on a train. We're going to send that train here. Then we're going to have them throw it out the window. Then one of us is going to pick it up. We're going to put it in a cab. It's going to go to a drugstore. Then we're going to call him again and we're going to do this. And
clap 3 times.
just stop, guys. Like, just stop. Because that was kind of his thing. He just liked planning. Like, he was like, ooh,
Planning got him
loved
off.
it. Yeah, he just loved it. He just
Right.
loved it. He's Sparky big time. He did. He was like, that's my thing. So after demanding ransom from the parents through some crazy-ass method, they would, of course, kill the child because they were looking to get away with this shit. And you can't keep someone alive that could possibly identify you for the useless shitbags that you are. So up until this point, it looks like Leopold is the sad lackey, like we were saying. Like, maybe we should just kind of, like, pity him. Maybe he's sad because his governess was weird and outrageous. And, like...
And that unibrow.
I'm here to say wrong. Wrong.
Wrong out.
So as soon as they start talking about this, Leopold is like, so I have this little fantasy that maybe could be part of this.
I'm real nervous.
What fantasy, you say? Step back, because weird little Leopold has a fantasy, and it involves a group of, he just is like, I always think of this, like a group of German soldiers just assaulting a French woman.
Excuse me?
And it's like, what?
It just pops into my fucking memory
That's
every now and
so
then.
detailed. It's like I have this fantasy, and he was like, and sometimes in this fantasy, he was a soldier and he participated in this, but sometimes he was like, I just stood there and watched. Which is like, so in your fantasy, you're also a fucking useless lackey? Like in your wildest dreams, you're like, and I just sat there and watched. It was great. So he was like, because of this, can we kidnap a girl so I can assault her and live out this fantasy? Don't worry, they don't. Spoiler alert. So now after probably staring at this fool in silence for like 10 minutes, Loeb was like, no. Like, you can't do that. That's not... Because apparently this was where he drew the line in the sand.
He's like, that's real fucked up.
No, that weird, like, French woman fantasy is where we don't do that.
I just keep thinking of maybe, like, what if a French woman?
Right.
But I bet she wouldn't say
But
that.
no. And he was like, so let's just kidnap a boy, because you're weirding me out, Leopold. So, all throughout the winter of that year, they meticulously planned this scenario out. During the winter quarter, details of the kidnapping plan grew bigger and bigger. They figured they would somehow get a random boy into their car, probably using Leopold's charm and charisma, because, he's got that in spades. Then they would get him unconscious somehow, which I love how they're like, we'll just get him unconscious, it'll be fine. Like, he's a fucking human. Like, it's hard to get someone unconscious, which they find out later, by the way, spoiler alert. So far this plan is shit. They're just like, we're gonna get him in the car somehow. We're gonna knock his ass out somehow. We'll figure it out as we go.
It's like perfect crap.
You probably don't want to be just like ad-libbing, like improving this as you go. So they were gonna get him unconscious, and once they had an unconscious boy in the car, they would then go to some predetermined spot near the border of 2 states, and they would hide the body in this random drainage ditch. So they figured the drainage pipe would create an environment that would quickly decompose a body, because, the constant flowing water and the hot summer heat, which they're not wrong. But they sucked at it, so it didn't get to that point. They sucked at murdering. Now, Loeb is showing his diabolical side, because when they're discussing this, and they're like, how are we going to kill the kid? That's important. His main focus was that they both needed to be killing him. Like, one of them was not going to be more culpable than the other, so they were like, we're both going to kill him at the same time. So they were like, let's just strangle him by yanking on a rope together. Just both of us, just woo.
That's horrific.
Which, logistically, that makes no sense. I have no idea how this is going to work. Like,
It's like the worst game of tug of war ever.
Yeah, it really is.
That was kind of gross, sorry.
It was. That really was gross, but it was
morbid.
It was morbid. Hashtag morbid. So they decided $10,000 was a good random amount because they didn't give a shit either way, since the money was not the point. So they were like, 10 grand, sure. The point was just pure thrill. But how they were going to get the ransom while still maintaining their anonymity. How do you say anonymity? Anonymity. There you go.
I can never say words. That was a big win.
That was really good. That was good. I like that. Good job. Because I can't say that still. Their plan for this was complicated, which again got Loeb all hot and bothered. So the Michigan Central train from Chicago to Boston, departed from Central Station at 12th Street and Michigan Avenue each day, and the train left Central Station at 3 o'clock every day. 18 minutes later, it stopped at 63rd Street Station. You're probably like, why the fuck are you telling me this, Alaina? I don't give a shit.
Not gonna lie, I was.
I figured you were. I could feel that. You were like, stop. No one cares.
Yeah.
It's important. They figured they would call the father of this boy that they killed and tell him to go to the pharmacy on 63rd Street next to the train station, and they were going to tell him to wait for a call. When they called again, it would be to tell him to get on the train that would be coming from Central Station. He would be told to walk to the caboose and look in the telegraph box where they would have stashed a letter ahead of time. That's so fucking stupid.
This is far too complicated. Like, I'm already
like, nope, not doing it, not gonna do it.
I'd be like, you know what, just keep the kid.
I'd be like, you know what, this is too much.
I have like 5 more.
Yeah, I got a few more, it's fine. It's too much. The letter would say, quote, hey, throw your ransom. It was gonna say, hey, throw your ransom from the train 5 seconds after it passes the red brick water tower that belonged to the Champion Manufacturing Company. This random thing had to be in a cigar box, by the way. That was specific. So this person had to go buy a cigar box, put the ransom in it, throw it from the train
5
seconds after it passes this like fucking brick building. That's too much. And by their calculation, the box would hit somewhere between like around 74th Street, and they would just be close to it and they would just grab it and run. It seems real dumb to me because it's like, what? So you're just gonna run up to it and be like, oh, that's mine, and then just run away?
Oh, I dropped that. I know it felt like
oh,
a fucking
shit,
sky,
that's
but I
fine.
dropped it.
Like they're trying to be anonymous here, and they're like, well, just run out in the middle of the street and grab it. It's fine.
Broad daylight.
Yeah, it's fine.
No worries.
Now they rehearsed this. They went through it together. Like they got on the train, they threw it out of the thing. They were like real serious about this.
Wow. It's a lot of fucking effort.
Well, and it worked. When they rehearsed it, it worked. So they were like, all right, let's do this.
You know the perfect crime.
Yeah, and they decided they needed a rental car because Leopold drove some like fancy douche rocket car. And they figured it would be like too suspicious because somebody was going to be like, oh look, there's that douche rocket car, and they could spot it again.
I know that asshole.
So, you know that. I know that asshole. I've seen him around. So they adopted alter egos and they got a rent-a-car. Yeah, good for them. On Tuesday, May 20th, Leopold went into a drugstore. He asked for a pint of hydrochloric acid, and then he casually said, and let me have a half pint of ether also.
Because I'm feeling crazy today.
Well, and the pharmacist was like, hey, why do you need that acid? Like, he was just like, you want to tell me? And Leopold was like, an experiment.
And then he spurred you big time to add the CDS.
Like, he literally told him that, and the pharmacist was like, cool, here you go. And he just gave it to him, like, no questions asked. Here you go, here's hydrochloric acid and ether. You're probably fine.
Do with it what you will.
Yeah, you have a severe unibrow. Everything's probably... Nothing weird is going to happen in this.
Why they bought that.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, there you go. He's trying to burn that shit off.
I'm trying to take care of that.
I will do anything.
That's the experiment. Hope it goes well.
Yeah, it's an experiment. While he was doing that, Loeb went to the hardware store on Cottage Grove Avenue, and he brought a rope and a sharp chisel.
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes.
Those are not casual items to buy. Like,
No.
don't go to Lowe's and expect that you're going to get away with that.
Yeah, like don't be like, I just need a rope and a chisel, please. That's fine.
Go separately?
Yeah, that's fine. Wednesday, May 21st was the day they picked to commit the crime. By the way, they also composed the ransom note on that fucking typewriter.
Of course they did.
Which Leopold was probably like, yes!
I expect nothing less.
Every time it like shoots over, he's like, oh!
Shit!
Party big time, over and over again. So on Wednesday, May 21st, they were like, we're gonna do this. It's happening. So the full plan was they were gonna pick up Loeb at 11, go back to Leopold's house to get the sharp-ended chisel, the tape, cloth to gag the kid, the ether, the acid, a flashlight, and boots because shoes. And it was muddy. And
Just the
these two
essentials.
fuckers are not getting muddy, that's for sure.
Well, they don't look like they want
So they were like, we need boots. And they were going to get the car from the rental place using the fake name Morton Ballard. Seems
cool.
legit. I would believe one of them was Morton Ballard.
I think maybe they were.
Yeah, that makes sense. They were going to bring Leopold's ostentatious rich kid car back to his house, drive the rental car to a restaurant called Kramer's, have a little lunch, got to fuel up. Then they would both drive to Jackson Park and wait for all the kids to start coming out of school at the Harvard school nearby. And this is when they would choose a boy walking all alone. And the Harvard school was like a private elite school, so they knew any of these boys were going to have rich-ass parents, so they were like, we'll just grab any of them. Any would kill them. They would kill the boy together, of course, because Loeb was like, no way is one of us getting more of this than the other. They were going to use the rope. They were both going to pull it together. Both of them had loaded revolvers on their person in case shit went awry, which it was likely going to. And they were, like I said, they were willing to grab like any old kid that was walking through Harvard, but they did have their like, you know, top fantasy list of kids that they'd already like checked out. Not weird at all.
Maybe so uncomfortable.
So their dream list of victims, they discussed each of these kids as they were watching them come out because they both had to agree on the kid, of course. One of these boys was named Armand Deutsch. I want to say. I was going to say douche. But I don't think Armand Douche. Deutsch, I want to say. He was 11 years old. He went to the Harvard school, and he was the grandson of Julius Rosenwald. You know him, right?
He's definitely rich.
He was the president of Sears Roebuck Company.
Rich.
Now remember, one of their fathers was the vice president of Sears Roebuck Company, so it's like, whoa, step back. So these guys are thinking this is brilliant. They're going to go for kids that are connected. They're like, you know what? We're going to go to kids that are like close to us because it'll be easy. We'll be able to get them in the car. But it's like, yeah, they're also connected to you, you fucking dumbasses. And the next one that they were thinking of getting was, was Johnny Levinson. Johnny's father was Saul Levinson, and he was one of the wealthiest attorneys in Chicago. The boy was 9 years old.
No, too
Don't worry, they don't take him. Spoiler alert. Because when I read that, I was like, oh no, he's 9. Like, don't do that.
They're like, take one of the older
Yeah,
ones.
take one of the older ones. They've lived
He's
life.
like 14. It's
That
fine.
11-year-old, he's seen some shit. You can take him. 9, no. And this kid, Johnny Levinson, was in the same class as Loeb's younger brother, Tommy. So that was like a little too cool. I'm like,
Way too close to home.
so they're just choosing kids that have connections to Loeb. I don't understand why. Loeb is like, yeah, I don't know if I want to have this too. Like, all of a sudden, he's like, you know what, the connections might be a bad thing. But then they saw Johnny Levinson come out of school, and Loeb was like, yeah, I want him. So he just walked out. And he walked up to Johnny Levinson, and he's like, oh, hey, Johnny, like, you're in my brother's class. Like, that's fine, right, that I'm talking to you? And he was like, what are you doing after school, kid? And the kid was like, I'm going to play baseball on 49th Street, I guess. And Loeb was like, cool, see you later. Then he went back to Leopold, and he was like, this is perfect. We're going to watch this kid play baseball, which, like, what the fuck? You're going to go watch him play baseball, then kidnap him? That's weird. We're going to watch him play baseball, then we're going to kidnap Johnny, we're going to kill his ass, and then the whole plan's going to go great. So this was the plan now. Johnny Levinson, he's the guy. So Leopold went home to get his glasses because, of course he did. It's like, I forgot my glasses. I know this is important, but I forgot my glasses. And Loeb was like, all right, I'll go to the drugstore. He looked up Johnny's address in the telephone book, and this way they figured they could follow him home and snatch him on his way home. Like monsters, like heinous monsters. Now, drugstores back then, by the way, were like, they had like an ice cream counter and like candy shit. Like it wasn't like Rite Aid today. And so like you get like root beer floats and shit. And then they just had like telephones and telephone books. Like it was weird. Because when I first read that, I was like, you went to the drugstore to look up the address? Like what? But you know, they didn't have Google. So, you know, what are you gonna do? So it was a trip. When they got back to the baseball lot, they were like, all right, let's do this. But the game was over.
Because the fucking game?
Because they're fucking stupid. Like, they're so smart, but so stupid.
Baseball games last like a good amount of time.
They do. That's
How long
why
did it take you to get your fucking
I
glasses?
think Leopold has like an array of tortoiseshell glasses. He's
like, which ones will I wear?
Which one's gonna work today?
Which ones match these boots?
Yeah, which ones match the boots? So the game was over. Johnny was gone. They missed their opportunity, and Johnny lived. So yay, Johnny! Can you imagine being Johnny after this and being like, holy shit? Thank God we like killed that other team in baseball and we got to go home early. So they kept driving around for lone children to snatch like fucking monsters. Because they were like, we're not done. Today's the day. Johnny didn't work out, but we're doing it. So at one point they went back to Leopold's house and just watched kids play on the corner.
Gross.
Gross.
You're not supposed to do that.
And it turned out that, because they were like, all right, we'll just watch these fucking kids play. We'll wait for one of them to wander off by themselves, and then we'll just snatch them up. Like the fucking boogeyman. Bummer for them, because they were all hanging out with each other, and none of them left by themselves. Because they were all smart kids who were like, buddy system. So at this point, it's like 4:30 p.m. They've been at it for a couple hours. So Leopold's like, oh, let's do this tomorrow.
I gotta get back to that typewriter.
Like, fuck, I just want to type shit. Let me go back. He's like in his room just staring at the typewriter. He's like, can we do this tomorrow? Can you leave? And Loeb is like, well, let's just try one more drive. If we don't find a good one, we'll go back at it again tomorrow and you can go back to your typewriter. So Leopold drove and Loeb sat behind him in the back seat. A little past 5 p.m., Loeb saw someone. A boy, about 14 years old, walking alone. He was walking around Ellis Avenue, and according to the book that I was looking at a lot of this information for, called For the Thrill of It, by Simon Batts. This boy...
Simon what?
Batts.
Oh, okay.
This is Z in it, so I feel like it's like, woo. This boy was wearing a tan jacket, just to set the scene, wearing a tan jacket with matching knee trousers.
Adorable.
Like knee trousers. That's so cute.
Aww.
A colored shirt, a necktie, and he had brown shoes on and black and white checkered socks.
What a little nugget.
Love it. So Loeb leans forward to Leopold and says, that's the kid. And Leopold looks over and is like, that's your fucking cousin, you goddamn nutbag.
It's his actual cousin?
Like, that's not verbatim, but like it feels like I feel like he was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's your fucking cousin. It was his cousin.
Oh my god.
And this fucker in the backseat is like, that's the kid. It's like, that's your fucking cousin.
That's not okay.
So Loeb's like, Loeb is like, Loeb. So Loeb's like, that's fine. He's the kid.
What? I'm not alright. Is that the kid that I saw?
That's the kid.
Can we go past him now because I'm
Getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl, or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70. The best summer pieces are the ones you end up wearing on repeat. Comfortable, versatile, and somehow right for almost every occasion. Quince makes it easy to create a summer wardrobe that you'll love, with elevated essentials made from premium materials like European linen, organic cotton, and washable silk, without the traditional retail markup. I love that! Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces that you absolutely will reach for all summer long. I absolutely love their linen. I have so many pairs of their linen pants, which you can dress up or you can dress down in the summer. Like, say you're going to a nice dinner, you can pair it with like a silk shirt, a really cute necklace, some good, makeup and an updo. Or if you're just looking for a more casual look, you can do the linen pants with like a loose button-up shirt and you still look really chic, kind of like, I don't know, Diane Keaton vibes, I kind of think. Also, it's not just apparel. Quince also offers elevated essentials for your home, from bedding and bath to kitchen essentials and furniture. They have it all, honey. I am a big lover of Quince, and I really do think you will be too. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/morbid for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/morbid for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/morbid.
I'm really sorry. The boy's name was Bobby Franks. He was 14 years old. He was Loeb's fucking cousin. Loeb had actually played tennis with him the day before.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah. So they followed him, pulled up alongside him, and Loeb yelled out, "Hey, Bob!"
Hey, cuzzo.
"What up, Bob?" And he looked at them. Loeb pushed open the passenger side door and said, "Hello, Bob. I'll give you a ride."
I said hey, Bob so many times.
He's like, "Hey, Bobber." And Bobby was like, "No, thanks, I'll just walk." I was like, "Good for you, Bob." And then he was like, "No, come on in the car. I want to talk to you about the tennis racket you had yesterday. I want to get one for my brother." And this kid loved tennis, so he was like, "Oh shit, okay, we'll talk about a tennis racket."
Am I gonna cry on stage?
Maybe.
Fuck.
Maybe. Maybe. So Bobby agreed. He's 14, at least he's not like 9. I don't know.
He's seen some shit, like you said.
It's been through it. So Loeb is like, Leopold, right? And in this, when I was reading the book, he was like, Leopold, right? And I thought Bobby was going to be like, "Oh yeah, I know Leopold." But he said, Leopold, right? And he said, "No." Okay. And that was it. Like, they didn't explain. He was like, "Oh, well, that's Leopold." And he was like, "You don't mind us taking you around the block, do you?" And Bobby said, quote, "Certainly not."
Oh, he wanted to go for like a drive with his older cuz.
Sure did.
That's awful.
The two talked about tennis, and when Bobby turned back around to look forward, Loeb grabbed the chisel.
The fucking chisel?
Grabbed Bobby with his left arm, covering his mouth, and then he smashed the blunt side of the chisel down on his skull. Then he did it again harder, but Bobby was still conscious, because remember, you don't just knock people unconscious just by being like, "Boop!" Like, that doesn't happen.
I hate that you know that.
I know.
Shit.
Just remember that.
I'm not going for any drives with you.
So he did. So Bobby turned around to face Loeb, looked him in the fucking eye. His little cousin is like, "What the hell are you doing
like,
with
"How
that chisel?
dare you?
Why are you beating me in the head?" And he turned around, he looked at him, and that's when Loeb smashed 2 more hard blows onto his forehead. The 4th one created a legitimate full hole in his forehead. I mean, he smashed through.
Woof.
Gross, I know. Blood went everywhere because head wounds are crazy messy. So it went all over both of them. It was all over the inside of the car, the rental car, by the way, so they did not think this one through.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Like, what are you doing? Still, the boy was conscious.
Are you with a fucking hole in his head?
Yeah, it happens.
Ooh.
But he's bleeding. He's bleeding.
He's bleeding everywhere.
I'm not really sure what. I think I'm broken. I don't know what's happening. I need to get plugged in. I don't know. I need to charge. So he's causing a scene. So Loeb just yanks Bobby into the back seat, which is like some next level shit. And he took the cloth they brought and he just jammed it as hard as he could down his throat and taped it over his mouth.
Oh, I need to take a deep breath now.
Bobby's dead now. That was the end of that. So, not exactly how they planned it. With both of them like lovingly yanking on a rope together. That wasn't at all what happened here. Now Bobby's on the floor in the back seat, and the entire car is covered in blood. So they drove to that predetermined place about 20 minutes away in Gary. It was only a bit past 6 p.m. and it wasn't dark out. And they were like, we need nightfall to dispose of this body. And then they were like, I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
Starving, because like murder.
Yeah. So, you know. So Leopold grabbed some hot dogs and 2 root beers, and they just sat in the car and had some hot dogs and some root beer.
All fucking things to eat, too.
Yeah. You know, I know.
I like that that's what I'm
I don't know why. I know, you're like, of all the
what the
things
fuck?
to eat, a fucking hot dog from a convenience store, disgusting. Especially from a convenience store after you just like, I don't know, murdered your cousin.
Yeah, not
It's a lot. So, once it got dark, they rolled Bobby onto the blanket that they brought and carried him into the ditch. They removed his clothing. Then Leopold poured the bottle of hydrochloric acid on Bobby's face.
Oh, God.
This was intended to burn the skin and render him unidentifiable. Then, and this makes me question his supposed intelligence. This is weird. So Leopold poured the rest of the acid onto Bobby's nether regions. He did this because someone told him once, you could be identified by the goddamn shape of your junk.
That's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true. I'm here to state for the record that's not true.
Like, they don't show up to a dead body and be like, oh my god, the face has been mutilated.
Let's look at this.
He has no, they burned the fingerprints off and he has no teeth. But look at that penis. That's Jim. That's him. We did it. Let's call the family. Let's get him down here. And I love that Leopold was like, this must be true. Womp. Like
what thought process is
like,
that?
oh, Leopold. Oh, Leopold. I just don't know.
Okay.
He then shoved the body into the ditch and threw into the drainage pipe because he was like, no one will find it here. They find it there.
Another spoiler alert.
Another spoiler alert. I'm just getting you guys ready. This is an intense case. I don't want to like shock anybody too much. So as they walked back to the car, Leopold thought he heard something fall to the pavement. And he was like, what was that? But he flashed the flashlight. He didn't see anything. And he was like, oh, it's just my crazy imagination.
It's
It wasn't.
not. Spoiler alert.
It'll come back. So they drove back into town. They went to the drugstore, purchased a postage stamp, and they sent the random letter to Bobby's father. Now, when I read this, I was like, so you went straight to the pharmacy. Were you both, like, completely covered in blood when you went in there?
Right.
And was this the same pharmacist that was like, what you doing with acid in ether? And he was like, an experiment. And he's like, okay. And then they come in and he's like,
still there.
still experimenting? They're like, sure are. So that's kind of weird. So they sent the letter, then they went back to Loeb's house, they burned all of Bobby's clothing, because they're trying to be smart about this. Then they went back to the drugstore and they called Bobby's father, Jacob. And they wanted to let him know that the ransom letter was going to be on the way tomorrow. Like, they were going to call and be like, just stay by your mail, because the ransom letter's coming.
And that's like one of these bozos' uncles, yeah?
For sure. It's Loeb's uncle. Yeah.
Damn.
So Leopold is the one speaking because it's Loeb's fucking
Duh.
family. Leopold spoke with Flora Franks, the mother, because Jacob Franks was out that evening. And he said, quote, this is Mr. Johnson, which is kind of funny. Johnson. Lots of genitalia in this, I don't know. Your boy has been kidnapped. We have him and you need not worry. He is safe.
He's not.
But don't try to trace this call. We must have money. We will let you know tomorrow that what we want. We are this part's just funny. We are kidnappers and we mean business. He literally said that. We need business, mister. And if you refuse us what we want or try to report us to the police, we will kill your boy. Then they hung up on her, and Leopold drove Loeb home. Now on the way home, Loeb realized he was fiddling around in his pockets, and he realized oh shit, I have the chisel still in my pocket that's covered in blood. So he just, again, super smart, just tossed it out the window. And at that moment, when he tossed it out the window, a night watch watchman named Bernard Hunt just stepped out and picked it up. And was like, huh, it's a chisel covered in blood. Weird. So he looked up and was like, oh, there's that car that I'm going to remember and I'm going to report later and testify about it.
Amazing.
So, good job, Bernard. So well done, boys. Leopold had a chauffeur, because of course he did. His name was Sven England, and he testified later that he saw the boys scrubbing the interior of the rental car the next morning, and Leopold was weird and shifty about it and claimed he had just spilled wine in the car.
Lots and lots of wine.
Lots of very coagulated wine. Very weird. I don't know what happened. Now it was ransom time. So they set up that whole train business where Loeb left the ransom note and the telegraph box and the train's caboose, all that shit. So Leopold called Jacob Franks, the boy's father, and said, quote, "This is George Johnson speaking. There will be a yellow cab at your door in 10 minutes. Get into it and proceed immediately to the drugstore at 1465 East 36th Street. Jacob Franks asked, could I have a little more time?
Oh.
Which I'm like, dude.
He's like, I have a morning meeting.
He's like, I got shit to do. Can I do this later? And they said, quote, no, sir, you can't have any more time. You must go immediately. Click. And hung up. Now, where am I? So as they were going back, I was like, no, he had a chauffeur. No, he didn't. So as they're going back to the train station and they think they have this shit like wrapped up, they're like, we're doing this. They just noticed like the Chicago Daily Journal is out. And it's saying on the front page that police had found a young boy's nude body in a ditch.
Oh, no.
The body of Bobby Franks had been found less than 24 hours after these fuckers murdered and dumped him in there. He was unidentified at this moment, but that was going to change soon. This was obviously not part of the plan. He was not supposed to be found literally the next day. So they abandoned the ransom plan now because they were like, well, now he's dead. He's going to be identified. Whatever. So whatever, we don't need the ransom anymore. We're just going to go with this. Everyone in their respective homes was also talking about the murders because this was huge news. So like both the parents are like, can you believe that boy got murdered? And they're like sitting there just like getting off on this whole thing because everybody's talking about it.
They're like stroking the typewriter.
They are. Like he's just sitting there just like typing and being like, I know, he's
like,
crazy.
Everyone is wilded.
So everyone is wilded. Writing an editorial about it. Sorry, I'm sick. So Loeb even talked to a reporter the next day and said, quote, if I was going to murder anybody, he was just the kind of cocky little son of a bitch that I would pick.
Wait, he said that in an interview like
Loeb.
before he was caught?
Sure did. Like he was like, I didn't murder that boy.
But if I
He OJ'd before OJ. If I did it, it would be that cocky little son of a bitch that I did it. Which is like, oh my god, you can't be like that sweet little boy. Who could have done that? Nope, he was just like, yeah, I would have done that too.
That puts you like top of the list for suspects.
Right? So also, this is like them discovering the ditch with Bobby's body in it, unfortunately. So then it was revealed that the body was Bobby Franks, and the hydrochloric acid had just discolored his face. It had not burned his skin. And the thing that Leopold thought he dropped, but he couldn't find anything.
Was it his glasses?
That was just his distinctive tortoiseshell glasses.
I fucking knew it.
So Thursday, May 29th, 1924, Leopold was about to take a group of school children to look at fucking birds. I told you it's weird.
So upset about it.
Because it's
someone
not
in this
weird.
audience likes birds and now hates you.
Just don't murder school children and then take them to see birds. That's weird. I don't know.
Very weird.
I don't know. That's weird. It just keeps coming around. That's all. And police showed up at his home and said they wanted to take him to the state's attorney's office. And then they asked him, hey, Leopold, do you have glasses? And he was like, sure do. And they were like, did you lose those glasses? And he was like, no. And they were like, where are they? And he was like, I don't know, they're somewhere in my house. So they were like, why don't you find those fucking glasses while we sit here? So he pretended to look around and obviously could not find the glasses. And they were like, yeah, why don't you come with us real quick? Because we have something to tell you. There's the glasses. So they brought both he and Loeb in for questioning separately. Through the glasses, matching handwriting samples from the envelopes, and one of Leopold's maids confirming that he owned that stolen typewriter, that the notes were typed on, the case was starting to just close in on them pretty easily. And then Sven England, the chauffeur, he came in and was like, yeah, the boys were driving a second unknown car on the day of the murders because Leopold's car was in the garage all day, and Leopold had told the police I was driving my douche rocket car all day. And he was like,
Direct quote.
He was not. It was in the garage all day. Because that fucker came up to him and was like, fix my brakes, and then just dropped it off, so he remembered that. He was like, he was a dick. He dropped that car off, told me to fix his brakes. I'm just a chauffeur. I don't fix cars, so I remember that. So he smashed their alibi to pieces right there, which, good job, Sven. And Bernard Hunt also testified that he was like, oh yeah, I saw them throw a bloody drizzle from the fucking car.
As one does.
So, on May 31st, 10 days after the murder, Loeb, which is shocking, was the first one to break down and confess. And then Leopold followed. But each one of them put the shit on the other one. So, true
They
love.
always do.
True love. They were just like, no, he did it. He totally did it. I'm just the lackey. Leopold admitted that they did it purely for the thrill of it. He said to a reporter, quote, a thirst for knowledge is highly commendable, no matter what extreme pain or injury it may inflict upon others. A 6-year-old boy is justified in pulling the wings from a fly, if by doing so he learns without wings the fly is helpless.
The fuck?
That is not the same thing. No.
That's also a really dark analogy.
Also, no. As a 6-year-old, you should not be pulling wings off of things. That's not okay.
Wings off of things.
Don't pull wings off of things. There he is in his jail cell wearing a 15-piece suit. And he's like, man.
He's like, can you bring my typewriter?
I know. Where's my typewriter? I hate this. So the state's attorney, Robert Crowe.
Whoa. He looks like a bird.
And actually, that's not Robert Crowe, actually. That's the other guy. Robert Crowe's next. Hold on. There's Robert Crowe.
He's more adorable.
He was up against the defense attorney, which was
That's scary, man.
Clarence Darrow, which was a famous lawyer.
He looks like a character in Harry Potter.
He really does. Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah. Yes. Nailed it. Yeah. I mean, that skin has seen some shit.
That shit harbors secrets.
And I like the little, hair just flopped in front of his face, he's like, I'm sassy.
I'm afraid.
I'm kind of sassy.
And then this adorable man.
I mean, that's a situation all in itself. I don't know.
I feel like his name is Eugene.
I like his glasses. I'll go with it. So they were looking for the death penalty against them. So July 21st, 1924, they began trial. And it wasn't a matter of proving their innocence because they confessed. But they wanted to see if their age, which at the time they were 18 and 19 years old. They were pretty young.
Me?
Yeah, they were super young.
Wow.
They wanted to prove that their age, their confessions, the fact that they said they pleaded guilty, and the possibility of getting them denied insane could help their thing. They were not insane; they were totally sane. William Allinson White, the president of the American Psychiatric Association, testified that they were both completely neglected as children by their parental figures, which, they were. And they said that the abuse from the governess probably had something to do with them turning into huge assholes. Hugh Patrick, president of the American Neurological Association, William Crone and Harold Singer, who were authors of The Insanity and the Law, and Archibald Church, professor of mental disease and medical jurisprudence at Northwestern University, all said that neither one of them had any indication of insanity or mental defect. They all were like, nope, we're the gods and goddesses of this subject, and they are fucking sane.
Woo!
They did it. They did it exactly. I was like, woo woo. So September 10th, 1924, the sentencing was broadcast across the city. Their age is what kept them from the gallows, because they did decide not to do the death penalty.
I'm kind of glad though. Live with that.
Yeah, live. Do it. Think about it every day. They each got 99 years for the kidnapping and then life in prison for the murder. The judge said, quote, "The court believes that it is within his province to decline to impose the sentence of death on persons who are not full age. This determination appears to be in accordance with the progress of criminal law all over the world and with the dictates of enlightened humanity." Same. In 1936, inside of Statesville Prison, James Day, a prisoner serving a sentence for grand larceny, stabbed Loeb in the shower room, and despite trying to fix him on up, he died at 30 years old of his wounds. Leopold served 33 years in prison and then got paroled in 1950.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He moved to Puerto Rico. He got a degree in social work at the University of Puerto Rico. He wrote about fucking birds again. And now he was writing about tropical birds because he had them everywhere.
He got to live a damn life.
He did. Fuck that guy.
That's not fair.
And in 1961, he got married.
Who fucking married him?
Yeah, I don't know. Some lady.
A bird.
A bird married his ass. That's what happened. In August 29th, 1971, he died at the ripe young age of 66 of a heart attack in Puerto Rico.
Good. Enjoy that heart
So
attack.
good. I'm glad your heart rebelled against you. And just to end on something, 2 fun facts. In letters from prison, Loeb referred to his parents as Mopsy and Popsy.
That's like disturbing.
Hate that. Leopold and Loeb were called Dickie and Babe throughout the trial, and I hate that, and now you all have to know that too. And I just didn't want to be alone with that. Dickie and Babe.
Who called them that?
I'm so sorry.
Don't really know. But there's them whispering to each other during the trial.
Oh my god. The unibrough's still there.
There's them with great cheekbones, I will say.
They really look so much alike. to
That
me.
looks contoured, to be honest.
He got the Kim K palette.
He did. He really did. And I think that's it. It's true. So that is the story of Leopold and Loeb.
You did so good.
Thank you.
You're a badass.
I'm sweating.
Same, and I'm like wearing a tank top.
A fancy blazer. All right, so now.
I need to like shake it out for a second. I'm like nervous.
Oh, look, I put up a picture of Ash.
Yeah, I'm fucking see the resemblance. Alright guys, so I'm going to talk to you about this girl, Thelma Todd. I handwrote my notes because my nails are too fucking long to type with.
Okay. Side note, I almost took a video of her last night to put in this slideshow being like. Because it was hilarious.
It's really fucking hard. I was dedicated to
Very
the case.
intense. You're very dedicated.
And it's fine, whatever. Okay. So Thelma Todd was an actress in the mid-1920s and 30s who was found dead in her car on the morning of December 16th, 1935. She was 29 years old, so she died really young.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, very sad. I'm like trying to figure out how to comfortably hold this. I feel like I'm reading you like a bedtime story. I'm like, once upon a time.
Like poetry,
Okay.
long form poetry.
Can you start snapping next to me? So, what better thing to talk about at this live show than a possibly murdered actress? That's
Love
what I
it.
asked myself.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back to the beginning and I'll paint you this really beautiful but like gruesome picture of what happened.
Love it.
So Thelma was born July 29th, 1906 in Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Oh,
We got a Boston girl.
Massachusetts.
Her parents were John and Alice, which are like, I just like those names.
Yeah.
Respectable. Thelma's dad was involved in the town politics as superintendent of the streets, which sounds like he has street cred, but really he was just a politician.
Superintendent of the streets.
He was running those streets. I think he just like was in charge of like what went on the streets. And her mom was probably a stay-at-home mom because it was like 1906 and she couldn't even wear pants yet. So
Yeah.
Thelma did really good in school, and after high school, she went to college to pursue her dream of becoming a teacher. Wholesome as fuck. Thelma's mom really wanted her to compete in beauty pageants. She was like, "You're fucking gorgeous. What are you doing teaching?" So she did that.
What are you doing teaching?
She's like, don't waste your time. What are you doing
Stop
trying
holding
to...
young minds, you're pretty.
Well, I'm just saying what her mom was like.
That's funny.
So Thelma was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And And she actually won the title of Miss Massachusetts in 1925. And she also competed in the Miss America pageant, which is fancy. She didn't end up winning that, but it's fine. So while she was there, she caught the eye of some Hollywood scouts. She started acting in short films, which they were primarily like silent films at the time, but then later on she gets to start talking in her films.
Moved on up.
Yeah, moving up a little bit. If you go to the next slide, this is her and Zazu Pitts, who they were like paired together.
That's actually a picture of me and Ash.
I see the resemblance.
That's us recording the podcast. Ash would wear that.
That's kind of what my coat looks like. I love it.
Yes.
That's a good idea. So Hal Roach was the producer/director that had the idea of setting them up together because he thought it was time for a female comedy duo.
It was.
Progressive as fuck.
Yeah.
He also worked with Laurel and Hardy, if you're familiar with them. Yeah. So Thelma and Zazu were like the female version of them. Where am I? Sorry, I suck. Zazu and Thelma did films together, like Show Business, The Pajama Party, which I feel like that's the pajama
that's
party
totally
for sure. Like that saucy robe.
That's very saucy.
And they also played in Asleep in the Feet, which sounds painful.
What the hell?
Fucking movie title, I don't know. Zazu and Thelma did over a dozen films together in just 3 years, but Zazu wanted more money because she was like, I'm awesome and I'm a great silent actress. I'm very expressive with my face.
Yeah.
And Hal Roach was like, yeah, I don't want to give you more money. So Zazu left. And she was replaced by, next slide please, Patsy Kelley, who is also you.
Yeah,
it's like
there
me
you
and
go.
you again.
Yeah.
Perfect. They did films like Beauty and the Bus and Three Chumps Ahead in 1935. Although she started in silent films, like I said, Thelma went on to talking in her films, which is good. Mm-hmm. Eventually, they stared calling her the Ice Cream Blonde and Hot Toddy.
Hot Toddy.
Hot Toddy.
That's what I call you. I'm like, Hot Toddy, yes.
Do you? Since when?
I do. I call you that.
Let's make that thing.
I call you that behind your back. When I'm talking about it, I'm like, she's such a hot toddy.
That's me. So Thelma starred in a film called The Corsair, which was directed by Roland West. And if you want to see him, you can go to the next slide.
I do want to see him.
He's like nothing special.
No.
Yeah.
Got that open thing going on.
I really hate that so
I hate
much.
that so much.
It's hard, but he doesn't have to be like,
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
he does. He has like a lack of brow.
Look, it's gone over here.
Poor guy.
I'm confused.
So Thelma thought he was awesome. She was like, you're a hottie toddy, like myself.
Yeah.
And they started hanging on the low. And by hanging on the low, I mean he was married and they were having an affair.
Not very well.
No, on the low. Their affair was really off and on again, so when Thelma met Pat, I think it's DeSicco, and I want to say that because he sucks, so that's just what I'm going to call it.
DeSicco.
It's probably DeCecco, but I'm going to say DeSicco.
Whatever.
And fell in love. I wrote fell in love question mark because it doesn't sound like love to me. She was free to do what she wanted because she wasn't tied down to this man, so he was married. So she meets DeSicco, and they decide to get married in 1932. And they have a straight up fucking nightmare of a marriage. Yes, so I can go to the next slide. He's kind of a babe, but he's a fucking asshole.
He looks like a dick.
Yeah, he already is like pissed off.
Yeah, he's already not having fun.
Yeah, he's like, fuck
He's like, this won't last.
Thelma, unfortunately, at this point, was basically addicted to diet pills because previously, when she had started acting, they put a clause into her contract called the potato clause, where she couldn't gain more than 5 pounds or she'd get fired.
What?
I thought that was just like everywhere I go, I need a potato. Because I was like, well, I'm putting that in my contract.
Can we put that in her contract?
I'm gonna be like, everywhere I go, I need some form of potato.
Hash browns all the fucking time.
Baked potato, french fries, and
So many options.
Hashtag Irish.
Well, Thelma definitely wasn't eating potatoes because they were like, no, bitch, don't get fat. Which is sad. But,
I know, that's
20s and
awful.
the 30s.
Yeah.
Also, she wasn't fucking fat.
No.
But whatever. I digress. I lost my place because I said, sorry.
Potato claws.
Potato. So Thelma and Pat fought a shit ton. She was on diet pills and also they drank a ton, which is not a good combination.
Never.
Never a good combination. 9 out of 10 times their fights ended really badly. One time she broke Pat's nose.
Ooh.
And one time, this is really fucked up and I'm going to say this word wrong, but she had to have an emergency appendectomy.
Appendectomy?
Yes. Thank you.
We helped each other.
Thank you. For obvious reasons, the marriage didn't last long, and they got divorced after like 2 years.
Oh.
Quick fun fact, he was also married to my girl, Gloria Vanderbilt.
Oh, shit.
And he was really, really awful to her, too. If you watch, like, a documentary, she talks all about him.
Oh, damn.
She's like, yeah, he beat me all the time.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's not nice.
So casual.
Yeah. So casual.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't work out with him. They get divorced, and she starts hanging out with Roland West again. That married guy. On the low. And they decide to open her cafe together, which was called Thelma Todd's Cafe. It was right along the Pacific Coast Highway. It opened up in the summer of 1934 at 17575 Pacific Coast Highway, and it was huge among Thelma's like fellow actors and actresses. Like anybody who was anybody was at that fucking cafe 24/7. There was private areas upstairs where the more elite guests could go hang out. You're looking at it so disdainfully. You're like, I wouldn't go there.
Because I'm like, fuck you, I wouldn't be allowed in there.
I wouldn't let you in.
I'm like, I don't want to go in there anyway.
I want to go in there. Never. They had elite rooms
I don't know why
upstairs.
I get so upset about that.
I know. The way you were looking at that, I was like, did that cafe do something to you?
Didn't let her in.
I guess not. So, elite rooms upstairs, and then there might have been some gambling going on, but that was illegal, so let's not talk about it.
Totally was.
There was definitely some gambling going on. Thelma loved being there. She was always like working behind the counter. She would like make change for people. She would put drinks together. A gin fizz was apparently really popular back then, and you could get it for cheap, which is cool.
20s.
Very 20s. And there's a ton of pictures of her at the restaurant, and they were always like surfacing in newspapers and magazines. In October of 1935, the LA Times reported that the cafe was doing so well, Thelma was planning on building an addition and was also ready to spend about $10,000 on improvements, which in today's money would have been $148,000.
Damn.
I typed that to look it up.
I googled that.
It took me about 25 minutes to type that into the
machine.
computer. So that's chill. $148,000. Can you imagine? So the weird part about this whole deal is that Thelma opened the cafe with not only Roland, but his fucking wife as well. Which is weird. You can say what about that. It's weird. Yeah. So, his wife was Jewel Carmen, who apparently was like the chillest of homegirls because they all also lived I found multiple things. They either lived together in an apartment above this, or if you see like that house thing up there, one of them lived up there and then one of them lived on the bottom. So either they were like straight up roomies or like straight up neighbors.
Yeah, that's the chillest wife ever.
Yeah, far too close for comfort. Especially like that's your man's side chick. Like you don't need to be that close to her.
No, not at all.
So when Thelma and Roland's affair is at one of its off again points, she heads over to the Coconut Grove, which I want to go there, and she runs into Lucky Luciano.
No.
Yes, Lucky Luciano.
No.
Me and Alaina got into a fight about this earlier. I think he's a fucking babe.
Yes! Yes, he is!
She literally was like, I question everything about you.
No.
What? He's got that whole mafia thing going.
I cannot.
You know what it is? When I was younger, I was fucking obsessed with mob wives. And I was like, I'm gonna be a mob wife. And then now I'm like, no, I'm not.
And I was like, that requires a lot, Ash. You might want to
I didn't realize that when like Drita and Renee were fighting.
Yeah.
But I think he's a fucking babe.
Yeah, I mean, go off.
Go off, sis. Okay, so Thelma thought he was a fucking babe too.
Yeah.
And
He's better.
well, I lost my face.
Potato.
The entire audience and argument over whether he's babe.
Alright, good.
I know. We'll take a vote at the end of this.
Yeah.
So he was a well-known mob guy who was involved in all kinds of shady business, including being the official head of the Genovese crime family, like shit. And also, he is literally considered to be the father of modern organized crime in the U.S.
Well, shit,
So, like, maybe it's because he's, like, doing some shit that I'm like,
it's the power that you're like,
yeah, Lucky.
yeah. But then I'd look at his face and be like, no.
Why?
Just
It's because he got punched in the face too many times. That's hot. would have had me swinning all over the coconut road. Except for forget I said that when I tell you this love story, because it's not beautiful.
I'm shocked.
It's like a really nice meet cute. So he sees Thelma and he's like, hey, good looking, what's going on? Come have a glass of champagne with me. Hot stuff. That's how people talked back then.
That's how Leffy did it.
He did this, you know, the little shit like, hey girl, it gets the ladies going. So she was like, oh, I gave up drinking because my ex-husband used to like assault me all the time and we used to get into drunk arguments, so I thought that was bad.
So no thanks.
And he fucking grabs her and pours a bottle of Don Perignon down her throat.
Nice. So romantic.
Straight up. I have no. You're like, well, I wouldn't be that mad. I'd be like, okay, whatever.
Gotta find the silver
I guess
lining.
I'm drinking again.
You know? Like, it was
She was like, you know what, let's get it.
You don't just
I love
waste
you.
it.
I said, and she fell in love with the man.
right then, you know.
He also, being a huge ass mobster, got her connections to much stronger diet pills, which at this point they are not fucking diet pills. They're doing like methamphetamine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's crossed over.
It's straight up cocaine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a wholesome love story for you.
Yeah.
Which, as you can see, is kind of Thelma's thing at this point.
Yeah.
It's
She's
not
not
working
killing
out.
it in the relationship department.
She loves the bad boys. So Lucky was pretty much, if you're thinking he was solely in this because Thelma was this young, gorgeous, ridiculously successful starlet, you're half right. He thought she was hot. He was like, you're successful. Mm-hmm. But also, he definitely wanted to use the unused third floor of her cafe as like some illegal casino rundown thing. That's the official name of the project. He wanted to put a casino up, yeah. But she didn't really want to do that. So he is trying to coerce her into doing that. But let's get you back on track now that you're familiar with the shady characters in Thelma's life. On the night of December 14th, 1935, Thelma was getting ready to go to a party being thrown for Stanley Lopido by his daughter Ida, who was also an actress. I think she was like 16. She got dressed in, please hold, a mauve and potato gloves. She got dressed in a potato gloves. She got dressed in a mauve and silver evening gown with an expensive mink wrap and was decked out in gorgeous jewels.
You.
Yeah, me, AF.
All the time.
Look at this mink coat I have. As she was about to get into the limo where her mom and her driver, Ernie Peters, were waiting for her, Roland yelled after her. You remember the married guy that she's like on and off again with? And he's like her neighbor / roommate. He's like, you better be home by 2 a.m. And she's like, fuck you, I'll be home at 2:05. And it's a direct quote.
Get it, Thelma.
Bad bitch vibes.
Love it.
While she was at the party, guess who she runs into? No.
Is it this fucker?
It's not Lucky.
No, okay.
It's DeSicco.
Oh, DeSicco.
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 And DeSicco wasn't fucking invited to this party. So it's like,
DeSicco.
why are you here? And he was there with one of her fucking friends. Ooh. So they get into this heated argument that everybody is like witnessing. So that's never good. And also apparently he had asked Ida to not only invite him to this party, but to seat him next to Thelma if he did get invited, because he knew it was going to piss her off.
He's trying to stir up some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Also, it was at the Trocadero on Sunset Boulevard. That's where this party is. It is famous. I think they went there and did have rules once.
The rules.
So, other than fighting with DeSicco, Thelma, all her friends said that she was excited for the upcoming holidays. And despite downing a couple of cocktails of Don Perignon, she was like getting a buzz on. But she was by no means sloppy or incoherent. She could handle her fucking liquor, probably because of all the diet pills. So later during the party, she sat at Sid Grauman's table, and he's really fancy. He made the Chinese theater, I think?
Grauman's Chinese Theater.
Yes, thank you.
there you go.
Yes.
We're from California.
Did you come from California?
We did.
Holy shit.
Wow, we
That's
love you.
amazing.
You did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those are awesome.
That's so cool.
Damn.
I'm glad you're sitting
The
front
throat.
row. You're going out there. I'm like, what did he do?
That will blow my mind every time.
Yeah, I really know. So she sits at his table, and she's hanging out with him for like a half hour before she asked him to call Roland and tell him that she'd be home with him soon. Because, you know, she had to be home at 2. So she gets into the car. Her chauffeur said that she was unusually quiet on the way home, because normally she was very chatty. And he dropped her off at 3:45 a.m. So not even close to 2 a.m. She's
No.
like, yeah, real fuck you. I'm on my way home. He offered to walk her up the stairs, but she declined, and she was like, night night. And the next day, her maid, May Whitehead, was the one to find her dead body at 9:30 a.m. on Monday morning. She found Thelma slumped over, if you go to the next slide, in her Lincoln Phaeton in the driver's seat.
Woof.
R.I.P. to Thelma. She still looks, I mean, her hair looks fucking good.
Her hair looks great.
And she's got that mink coat on. If you're gonna die, that's what you want to wear. Yeah. I'm saying, just thoughts. So obviously the driver's side door was wide open when she found her, which is like kind of weird.
Yeah.
So May said that the doors to the garage where Thelma's car was parked, it was actually Roland's wife's garage where the car was parked, which is weird. The door to the garage was closed, but it was unlocked. So after realizing Thelma was not just asleep, she rushed down to the cafe to get Roland. She's like, Roland, she's dead. She's dead. I don't know why she has that accent all of a sudden. Everybody does. So she's dead.
California.
Yeah, totally, right? Yeah, the coroner ruled that Thelma may have been dead for 12 hours before she was discovered.
Damn.
But a couple witnesses say that wasn't possible because they had seen her Sunday afternoon, which is creepy because the coroner said she's supposed to be dead.
What?
It's like, I'm confused.
How does it happen?
Martha Ford said that she got a call from Thelma, and Thelma had asked her if it was okay if she show up to a party that was supposed to happen that day. It was Martha's party, wearing the clothes that she'd worn the night before, which was very unlike Thelma. Like, she obviously is a fucking actress and has plenty of clothes.
She's fancy.
And she is going to be, like, photographed. Why would you be photographed in the same outfit twice?
I mean, I would do that, but she wouldn't.
She would not. So Martha's like, yeah, that's fine. And Thelma's like, you just wait until I walk in and you'll fall dead. But really, she was already dead. Supposedly.
Choice words.
Yeah, choice words. She said you'll fall dead because she was bringing a surprise guest. Martha 100% believed that she had spoken with Thelma and not an imposter when she told the authorities this. And then Jewel Carmen, Roland's wife, said that she saw Thelma driving Sunday morning with a handsome stranger in the passenger seat, which is convenient if she killed her because it's interesting that she saw her elsewhere, you know, setting up a little.
Seems fishy.
Seems fishy. So although Thelma's death was officially ruled an accident, many people disagree. The police said that she was either warming up her car to get warm or like going somewhere. Or maybe she had planned on sleeping there because Roland probably locked her out of the house since she wasn't home at 2 a.m. And she died of carbon monoxide poisoning. But there's a few red flags. It's not that simple. First of all, when Thelma's mom was informed of her daughter's death, she screamed at the top of her lungs, "My daughter's been murdered!"
Ooh.
I decided not to scream that at the top of my lungs for you.
Thank you.
She screamed. Immediately, Pat DeSicco is considered a suspect because he's a douchebag.
He's a sicko.
And also he's her ex-husband. And I'm really bad at this today. And they had just had a public fight, is what I was going to say, at the party, and everybody saw them. Lucky Luciano also had his time in the hot seat because he wanted to put that gambling ring in. And apparently, like days previous, somebody saw them out to dinner, and he was asking her about putting the casino on the 3rd floor. And she was like, over my dead body. And apparently he said that can be arranged.
Ooh, that's some mobster shit.
And also, he, at the time that her body got discovered, was on a flight out of California at 7:45 a.m. Convenient. And he never returned to California, interestingly enough.
Convenient.
Yeah. So, maybe while she'd been involved with him, she found out something that she shouldn't have also, and that's why he decided to kill her. And he was probably worried that she was, like, gonna sink his mob ship and, like, take him
His
down.
mob ship.
His mob ship, you know how that goes. Suspicions also fell on Roland West because he was the one who, 1, yelled at her that she better be back at 2 o'clock, 2, locked her out of the house, which led to her fucking death anyways, and 3, he was super jealous and possessive, and Thelma was out partying without him and doing her thing, which probably pissed him off. And after May had found Thelma, Roland could have had time to make Thelma's death appear like an accident before the authorities got there, because he was, other than May, the first person to discover her dead body. And some people say that on his deathbed, Roland admitted that he had a lot more to do with her death than he initially let on.
People always do that shit when they're on their deathbed.
Deathbed confession.
Like, they don't give any, like, real details. They're just like, maybe that happened.
I might have had something to do with it.
Bye now. Not gonna help you guys out at all.
Peace out.
Make
I
it
see the
weird.
light.
Yeah, I see the light.
So I'm gonna end this by telling you some of the weird shit surrounding the body and the crime scene, and you can do with that what you will. Make your own choice. So one thing is that there were undigested peas and carrots in Thelma's stomach, and those hadn't been served at the party that she was at. So it doesn't, like, she had to have gone somewhere in between the party and the car.
Yeah.
The car. It's really weird. So she had, like, nobody knows where she would have gone unless maybe she went into the cafe. That could explain it, but it's a little weird. Number 2 is that according to the medical examiner and the coroner, Thelma's only bodily injury was a split lip and a chipped tooth, which was presumably from, like, hitting her face on the steering wheel when she passed out. But some people say that they saw bruising along her neck, and that some people say she had a broken nose.
Ooh.
And if you look, I didn't include it in here because it's a little gruesome, but her autopsy photo, if you look at her neck, it does kind of look like there's bruising.
It could be liver mortis.
That's what somebody said, but then somebody said that it wasn't enough time to set in. I didn't look for enough time. These nails can't be tempered too much.
I'm just throwing it out. I'm devil's advocating this.
But also the broken nose is like...
Yeah, the broken nose is weird.
Because you wouldn't have, like, passed out that... Oh, this microphone. You wouldn't have passed out that hard to, like, break your nose by hitting the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Again, after an investigation, a grand jury probe found that there was no evidence of murder and that the Homicide Bureau decided to close the case officially, listed it as an accidental death with suicidal tendencies, but all of Thelma's friends and family were like, there's no way she would have killed herself. Like, it doesn't make any sense. She was in, like, the prime of her career. So nobody knows what happened for sure to 29-year-old Hollywood starlet Thelma Todd. Oh, and if you go to the next slide, that's her funeral. And if I die, I better get that many fucking bouquets. I'll be so pissed otherwise.
If you die.
Well, when I die.
I am immortal, but if I die.
If I die.
I want that.
So many flowers.
Alright, so that is the end of our show. Thank you guys so much for coming. We're gonna stick around and we'll, like, say hi and do whatever. I think we're gonna go in the
Yeah, we're gonna go in that
restaurant.
room.
And we'll hang out for however long you guys want to. I have to wake up at like 3:15 to feed my newborn anyway, so like let's do this.
Let's party.
I'm up anyways in like an hour. So, and if you guys want, we have t-shirts in the back that my wonderful friend Vasco designed. And John, that beautiful man creature back there, is going to be selling them. And he might cook you dinner. But he'll definitely sell you a shirt. So if you want to go do that, feel free. And we'll see you guys soon.